Hello, I'm the Review. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Patreon-sponsored review today, Todd in the Shadows and Rap Critic's review of Mac and Devon Go to High School.
You know what's always lame? When an established performer does a team-up with a newer one. It's just so transparently the old guy trying to leech off the newer one's relevance, while the new guy tries to borrow the older one's credibility.
Actually, that seems like a pretty fair symbiotic relationship.
Isn't that right, younger, newer music critic?
Oh, heck yeah it is.
Is Rap Critic younger than Todd? I mean, newer, definitely, but if he is younger, it's not by a lot.
You want to do a crossover?
Do I? Booyah!
Ah! Okay, since when does being a critic give you the power of teleportation? I mean, sure, we can do that, but we have magic!
Two rappers now known pretty much exclusively for smoking unfathomable amounts of weed.
A trend I'm sure has only gotten worse.
And stay out! Man, this girl's trying to fuck up my day. Talking about she want to watch a romantic comedy.
Anyway. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna start off with some peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time!
Wait, is that lit blunt being played by Mr. Cow? Yeah, that's him. Hey, where's he been anyway?
6 years in jail for rape.
Wow, not even gonna sugarcoat it.
You have an excellent point, badly animated talking blunt. Yeah, I think we need to light one up.
Yeah, I think we need to get blazed.
Yeah, we need a couple of fat blunts.
Yeah, hell yeah, man, you holding?
No, I don't really smoke pot.
Oh, me neither.
And now I really like you both for not even trying to pretend.
It just won't work. You can't watch this shit without no weed. Stop.
Todd?
You don't play baseball.
I think we made a terrible mistake.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably not, but keep hope.
Okay, well, ignoring the anthropomorphic joint.
You know you have a weird job when you can say something like that with a straight face.
Meanwhile, Wiz Khalifa plays the overachieving school valedictorian.
Wiz Khalifa as a nerd? Yeah, no. You've already used up your stretching of disbelief privileges as a movie if you expect me to buy that.
Mind explaining why that's such a stretch for those of us who don't know who this guy is? I mean, when you talked about Snoop's role, it was clear that he was too old for the part. I have no idea why this casting isn't supposed to work. Other than, you know, his terrible acting.
Also, there's Andy Milonakis of Hey, Whatever Happened to Andy Milonakis fame.
Playing the main character of Disney XD's Future Worm. Disney XD. When we're not redefining kids' animation, we're setting it back.
Wait, those Asian guys. Wait a minute, is that the Far East movement?
You remember what they look like? I'm still trying to remember what they sound like. From what I remember from their Like a G6 song, I thought they were one white chick.
Keep the review focused, guys.
Feast your eyes on my big, fat, long, succulent, mouth-watering, whoop-wop-but-a-doop-job.
Get it? It sounds like they're talking about sex.
I get it.
I don't get it.
You know what this is I'm filling out?
What, an order for some medium-sized condoms?
No. These are your expulsion papers.
Dude, he's like 53 years old and supplying drugs to minors. Just have him arrested.
You assume these people are smart.
Let's say you, me, and little buddy right here make 3.
Sorry, I don't date students.
Yeah, especially students who are 20 years older than you.
You guys aren't gonna get over how old Snoop is, are you?
And Overstreet and Johnson.
What?
God damn it, Wiz. All you had to do was say what? How hard is that?
Maybe we should talk to his acting coach.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Come on! Relax. I got just what you need.
You know, in most movies where a way older guy gets a younger person high without their consent, they would usually be the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah, at this point this could have turned into a modernized version of Reefer Madness.
Is this what's supposed to happen when you're high on weed? Cause that's not what happens. What happens is stuff becomes funnier and music slightly speeds up. Comically, the effects of weed are actually kind of mundane.
Wait a minute, since when do you know so much about getting high?
What are you, a cop?
No, just trying to get your story straight considering the fact that at the beginning of the review you said that you'd never smoked weed before.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your friendly neighborhood weed plant, Captain Kush.
So, if I'm counting correctly, this movie has literally 2 different, unrelated characters that are talking anthropomorphic cannabis. Most movies would say one is enough.
In fact, you can argue that one is more than enough.
Hey Mac, Dr. Andrews, 3rd period English. These crazy kids give me a migraine. think you could hook me up with a joint to relieve the pain?
Tip for life: if you're a teacher conducting a transaction for illegal drugs with a student, don't film it.
Probably shouldn't film a drug deal regardless of background.
So anyway, we go back to the main plot where the two of them are getting ready for the talent show.
Science project.
Science project, yes.
Is either one more cliche than the other?
The missing ingredient is pot. Spoilers! The secret ingredient is going to be pot. In this movie that revolves entirely around pot, in which two characters literally are pot, yes, the science project will be rescued with pot.
You know, now I would pay good money to have the resolution have nothing to do with pot.
Oh, no! For real? No! She tooted and pooted.
Dude, she just farted.
And this leads to a bit of a problem with Todd covering half his face. See Rap Critic's reaction, how much more expression he shows with his eyes? Because Todd's are covered, the only reactions I can get from him are either mild surprise or just confusion. Both of which would be funny, but it's kind of hard to tell which one it's supposed to be.
Let's celebrate.
Oh, what, seriously? If that's what you're going for, why not just paste in the Benny Hill theme? No, we're not going to. Too obvious.
Not so much obvious as redundant.
Hey, what's happening? What y'all up in there for?
So not for prostitution?
Well, at this point in time, it could be either or.
Okay, but with his girlfriend, who knows that he's had sex with someone else and has been putting her off and has been doing all kinds of illegal stuff, is still willing to pull strings to bail him out? This ultra-controlling girlfriend seems a bit more forgiving than most ultra-controlling girlfriends would be.
Me. What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
I don't know. What about her? Huh. I don't know whether to be offended because it was so sexist or because it wasn't even a little hot.
Because it was sexist.
Okay, let's wrap this up. So Snoop Dogg gets found out as a cheater and has to answer one question in order to pass. Of course, he answers correctly despite never demonstrating any knowledge concerning math because the writer wants to end this just as much as I do.
Are you complaining?
Yeah, and he sings Young, Wild, and Free with a dance crew? This movie can barely afford graphics that you see in a local car dealership commercial, but they cared to pay money for a choreographer?
That might have been the trade-off.
So, I'm the Rap Critic. You don't have to like my opinion, but I don't have to like your movie.
You didn't have to watch it either. Why did we?
For the views. This was a pretty good crossover. Todd and Rap Critic worked really well off each other. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot they could say about this movie, but that's more the fault of the film than this review, as I'm sure it didn't give them a lot to work with. But what they did get from it was enjoyable. I'm a reviewer. You review it, I review you.
So what, we get drunk. So what, we smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what, we go out.
Hey, let me get a lighter.